Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. We'd like to welcome you to the study session for the May City Council for the afternoon of August the 19th. Welcome everybody back, and our full council is here. The first item on our agenda for this meeting is to go through the agenda for tonight's council meeting. Actually, we'll be going through the agenda for tonight's council meeting and also for next Monday night's council meeting, because we will not have a study session next Thursday, or this Thursday, because of the meeting of the Arizona League of Cities and Towns. So let's start with the Monday, August 19th studies or council agenda. Currently, we have just one item, I believe, off of the consent agenda. But council, is there anything that you'd like additional information on or presentations from any of our city staff? Mr. Thompson?
Let me get back to that one. I was looking at the following Monday. I haven't had a chance to look at that one yet.
Okay. Currently, the only thing that's off the consent is the introduction of the Lehi Cove zoning case. And we did go over this on Thursday.
That was it. We're good, Mayor.
Everything? Okay. All right. If there's no questions about tonight's agenda, let's shift to the agenda for Monday, August the 26th. Also, off of the consent for that, so we're introducing the Lehi Cove zoning case tonight, and the hearing will be off the consent agenda a week from tonight. So currently, that's all that we have off. Council, any questions or concerns regarding next week's agenda? I know there's some interesting stuff on there, but I think we'll probably get, it wouldn't surprise me if there's some presentations maybe on the library or some great things that are coming up, but
Mayor, tonight, this would be the time to do it, because we won't do it again until a week from tonight.
okay, I'm not sure that they're ready. Okay.
Oh, we're always ready.
All right.
If you want to hear about the library, we're ready for you.
Natalie's giving me the thumbs up.
Well, yeah, but it's Heather that has to give the presentation. Come on, Heather.
So obviously, we're excited to hear about, we know there's great things in store at the library. Heather, update us on what's on the agenda for a week from tonight.
Thank you for inviting me, Mayor, and good evening, Council. On the consent agenda, we have a contract for meeting rooms on the second floor at the main library. This is part of phase one for some major changes at the main library. We are going to be moving all of the adult services to the second floor where the adult collection already is. All of our adult nonfiction and fiction books are up there. So we're going to create a number of meeting rooms. There will be 6 meeting rooms for 4 people at a time and 2 larger meeting rooms for up to 12. And that's what the contract is for. And then as part of those changes, we will also be moving the adult internet computers up to the second floor. And in a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so, you'll be seeing another contract to buy new furniture to enhance and improve the function on the second floor. We're doing all of that to free up space for the bond project on the first floor, where we will be expanding and renovating the children's area and making the first floor family-friendly.
Great. I know we were all excited that this was on the bond package and that the bond passed, and so we're looking forward to the very family-friendly, children-oriented library you're going to create on the first floor there.
Yeah, we're excited. We're in the design phase of that right now, and hopefully in a little bit, maybe we'll have some cool drawings to show you guys.
Okay, great. Council, any questions on this agenda item? Thank you. Appreciate the good work you're doing at the library. Council, anything else on the agenda for a week from tonight that you'd like to know more about?
Mayor?
Yes, Mr. Luna.
Maybe if I could have Corinne come and talk about the runways real quick? Corinne Nystrom, right?
Yes. Good evening, Mayor and council members. We're very excited. Just prior to you going on break, you had approved an FAA grant that we anticipated was coming through to construct 2 acute angle taxiways on the north side of the north runway, runway 4 left to 2 right. And that grant did come through, and the bids had already been advertised, and so the FAA did provide that grant based on bids, and so we're ready to move forward with that project, and that you will be seeing that construction here very soon. The purpose for the acute angle taxiways is basically to facilitate getting aircraft off of the runway as quickly as possible. Right now, there's very limited locations on that north runway where a plane that has just landed can get off. Most of the time, they have to go straight to the end of the other end of the runway. So this will help get aircraft off of the runway as quickly possible, which is always a high priority in terms of safety.
Corinne, will that affect any operations, or we're good to go?
There will be some short runway closures of that north runway, but we should be able to accommodate all of the traffic on the main runway to the south, and most of those closures will be at night.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Karina, I would guess that is this also tied to the new hangars that are being built on the north side?
It
or
will
not so
certainly,
much?
Mayor, it will certainly help in that situation because we will be seeing more traffic on that north runway now because of that 23-acre development that is currently in the process of being designed. So yes, that will definitely be an additional safety feature as we see those hangars going up.
Great. Well, lots of big projects going on at Falcon. Congratulations.
Very much
Look
so.
forward
Thank
to
you.
coming out and cutting some ribbons there.
All right.
Mr. Freeman.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted everyone to know that we're introducing some ordinance changes on the nuisance code, our Mesa City nuisance code. And so if anybody has any comments, I know we're introducing it tonight, but a lot of the changes that have been given is due to code complaints. I know in my district we've worked really hard, and I applaud staff for making some common sense decisions and working through this because they were tied to a certain set of rules and feet lengths on trailers and things. So the changes have been good, and they'll be good for our community. But I just wanted to make sure that our respective districts know that there's going to be some code changes.
I'm glad we were able to walk through some of those code changes at the last study session, and but there are some, we are going to need to do a great job of explaining to the city that there's some things that you used to be able to do that you can't do, and some softening of some rules as well. So we need to do a lot of communicating after we make these changes. There are other things we're going to be doing upstairs tied to the paying off the stadium bonds. We're going to have a little acknowledgement of the significance of that, so I'm looking forward to that conversation upstairs as well. But council, any other questions or concerns about the agendas for either tonight or a week from tonight? Okay, if not, the next item on the agenda for this meeting is to acknowledge receipt of board and committee minutes. Is there a motion to that effect? Thank you, Mr. Thompson and Mr. Luna. All in favor? Oh, I'm sorry. Jen, is there another typo?
No, it's not a typo, but there is a correction that I didn't catch earlier. So, Ms. Mickelson, on page 3, 81,000 residents in poverty rather than families in poverty. On page 3, committee member Connolly commented the homelessness rate is the highest it has been in 5 years, and there are 81,000 families in poverty. It should be 81,000 residents in poverty on page 3.
That would be really bad if we had 81,000 families in poverty. Wouldn't it? Good catch. All right, with that exception, is there a motion to approve the minutes? Thank you, Mr. Thompson and Mr. Luna. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Next item is to hear reports on meetings and conferences attended. Council, anything you'd like to share with us? Mr. Thompson.
I had the honor this morning to represent the city at the Arizona Coalition for Military Families. They hit their 10-year anniversary, so they're doing a lot throughout Arizona, in Maricopa County in particular, but across all of Arizona, to tie our current active duty members as well as the veterans and their families to the services that they needed. So kudos to them and congratulations on successful first 10 years, and we're looking for, expecting a lot from them for the next 10 years too. So good for them.
Thank you for doing that. Council, any other announcements or meetings you'd like to talk about? If not, Mr. Brady, what's our schedule look like?
Mayor, as we mentioned earlier, we will not be having a study session this week. Many of the council members will be attending the Arizona League of Cities. So the next study session council meeting will be a week from tonight on Monday, August 26th. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If there's nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn this meeting? Thank you, Mr. Thompson, Mr. Luna. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. We are adjourned.